Yeah, I saw the Armando pic.
Yeah.
Please don't. Please don't show anyone.
I won't show anyone.
You can leave this in the
I'll
edit.
put it on my close friends.
There's so much skin.
I mean,
I see a ball.
it really looks.
I think I see the head.
I can see the fucking
tip.
vas deferens.
I think you can see my future if you look close enough.
I can take your pulse.
Andrew, do you want to tell Griff where we're recording this one?
Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Boyfriend Material is coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, in the empty bedroom of Andrew Rosas that has 2 bags, 1 air mattress, and 2 sweaty guys.
I'm sitting on the air mattress. I made Andrew sit on his own floor.
Oh my god.
Because I hurted my back.
Oh. Ow.
Yeah. So I gave him the cushy seat.
Oh, there you go.
But if
Good
anyone
friend.
were to just like walk into this room, they would assume that we were plotting something.
Yeah.
This would get us on a no-fly list, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
We're 2 men hunched over and screaming into microphones.
In front of a laptop.
Yeah.
Not even a desktop. Not
No.
even something respectable.
No, and the fucking laptop is on top of the box that the air mattress came in.
Jesus Christ.
It's so Griff. It's so bleak.
We started
LA,
a flop
baby.
house.
That's LA, baby. What do you mean?
It's here. We've been
Andrew,
here.
You got big window.
I do got big window.
Yeah.
Big window, nice window. Yeah. No, it's quite lovely. It is just the fact that there's like nothing in here right now for the most part. Like, yeah, again, like I'm on an air mattress because my bed gets here tomorrow. So yeah, where there's nothing to sit on really except the beds.
So many wires.
We
Sorry, I'm looking at the picture.
We're looking at the picture that may or may not make it to Twitter tomorrow.
Please don't. Let me
friends.
censor so much of it. Let me face tune my legs.
And your
then-
legs and Andrew are the same color. It's crazy.
Yeah, I wore these shorts while I drove here too, and I hiked everything up, hoping to God that I got some sunlight. It did not work out that way.
No, there's those shorts have like a 3-inch inseam. They are 80s basketball shorts.
Yeah,
Nice.
in that they're holding 80 basketballs worth of ball.
Stemming the avalanche. So that's as you might have concluded from that marvelous intro, Armando and I are now living together in Los Angeles, California.
Oh yeah,
The Sunshine State.
oh yeah.
I don't think that's the...
No, it's not.
I think it's called the Kendrick Lamar state.
It is the
now.
Kendrick Lamar State now.
Yeah.
He has officially taken it over.
I thought it was the Bear State. We put it on the flag in the truce so that they'd stop murdering us all.
Oh, that.
Why is there a bear on the California flag?
Because they knew West Hollywood would be there. Because they knew San Francisco
Very
would be there. Because they knew of the Castro district.
Mondo surrounded by laurel leaves on the
Yeah.
California flag.
If you look closely enough, the California flag is me on all fours trying to unhurt my back.
Doing fucking cat cows. Try. That's what they're called, right?
Yeah.
I think they're called cat calls, and I heard them walking down the street with my booty shorts. You guys ready to record a podcast?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Welcome to Boyfriend Material, the only relationship advice show that moved to Los Angeles with big, lofty dreams of making it. But I gotta call my mom for money, dude. I'm fucked. I'm so fucked.
Oh, the only podcast that came here with good intention and are going to get spit out at the bottom of the porn industry.
It's the only relationship advice show guaranteed to ruin your relationship, and I am one of your loving Los Angeles boyfriends, Armando Torres.
And I am your other wonderful, also loving boyfriends, sitting on the floor, just listening, holding space, Andrew Rosas.
And I'm your unemployed boyfriend who doesn't do anything other than play video games and lose at them during the day. Great.
Hey! There's a lot of those here, too.
Yeah?
Next to Griff's chair is just a pile of broken controllers.
Yeah.
From getting so mad, being so angry. Smash!
Just keyboard, what are they called? Just keyboard keys just scattered across the room. Just everywhere. Just I'm stepping on them like Legos.
There's a couple that are really worn in that you have a lot of.
Yeah,
Why
it's
is the N key
and then
missing
the R.
so much?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
that's how I remapped my keyboard for Overwatch.
I see. She's got to keep up with those 13-year-old white kids.
Yeah. You got to get the PewDiePie special. That's where a couple of
absolutely.
the letters are made in stone so they don't wear down.
Well, this was a, we're recording on the eve of this coming out because the last 3 days for both Armando and I have been driving thousands of miles to get to California to go across the country.
Yeah. I don't know what those Oregon Trail fucks were talking about. It's actually really easy.
Yeah.
You basically just, I mean, you did that. You did that actual one, right?
Truly, yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's super simple, super easy. I did it too, from Austin to El Paso, and then from El Paso to California. It's only just I don't know, a total of 20 something hours of travel altogether, everything said and done.
Yeah. And I didn't have to caulk or float one wagon one time. I did hunt so much game that it became scarce, though.
Yeah.
How much dysentery did you guys get?
The normal amount, which is constantly.
Constant, always. I did lose my son. That hurt.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Well, I see where your future one is, so.
It's that. It's so fucked up. You think about you played the Oregon Trail game, and when one of your kids dies, it shows a group of people mourning around a grave. They buried people along the Oregon Trail knowing we're never coming back to visit this grave.
No.
It's 2,000 miles away from where we're headed. It would take us. We'd lose people on the way back here to pay respects. It's sorry, Jimmy, you're just staying by this river.
Explains all the bones they had to dig up when they were making Route 66. Can you imagine? Can you imagine dying on the Oregon Trail and then finding out that people don't even use the roads anymore? Can you imagine being one of those Chinese immigrants who built the railroads across the country and then finding out that no one uses them anymore except to ship things from Temu and Amazon across the country? Can you imagine?
The greatest indignity.
You die, go to heaven, and go, planes? Are you fucking kidding me?
You're
kidding me?
Bones underneath the railroad ties, and we're not even using them.
What I think is really funny about this premise is that both of you are better family members than me, because we buried my grandfather in a place I could go to right now, and I've never been back, dude. I Oregon Trailed that motherfucker. We put him in the ground, and I went, okay, cool. I'm never coming back here again, actually.
I'm not even going to remember where this is.
No. I don't. I remember the city it's in, and that's it.
Yeah, I couldn't get back here if I wanted to.
No, he truly is an Oregon Trail burial in that, if somebody ate a burger over him, an American-style smash burger over his grave, the same thing. The same result.
Oh, man. Do you think when Trump is golfing at Mar-a-Lago on the golf course where he buried his dead ex-wife, do you think that her ghost will redirect the ball into the sand traps?
Oh my god!
Do you think her ghost fucks his game up?
Yeah. Do you think
increases his
I don't
stroke
know
penalties?
Golf.
Yeah.
Birdie. She sliced my ball like a bitch, man.
We'd never find out because that dude lies about playing golf. He lies like Kim Jong Un about being.
The ball could come back and put itself back on the tee, and he wouldn't tell us the truth about
it. See, what's so funny about that is that would be one of the most miraculous things to ever. I mean, that would be a dude perfect thing that's so impossibly against the odds, but he'd still lie about it because it's not technically a good golf shot. It's just an amazing thing that happened.
Do you guys remember the period of time in American history when two presidential candidates went on live television during a debate, and the most fired up they both got was when they started talking shit over who was better at golf? When Joseph Biden was yelling at him, being like, you didn't see my handicap. You didn't get in there. I could beat you in a golf match.
That's as animated as they both got.
Yeah, that was. Oh my god!
Is
I'm
there
sorry to
passion?
make it weird and sad again.
I thought you were talking about JFK and Nixon.
My stroke game is better. Also, I'm better at golf. Ha ha ha. That's about me slaying puss coast to coast.
Speaking of fucking coast to coast, when both of us, well, I guess I came from one coast-ish to this coast, and you just drove down the west coast.
That's correct, yeah.
I got here on Sunday morning, technically, because it was like 4 a.m. Sunday. Andrew was getting here at around 7 or 8 p.m. Sunday night. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And about 2 hours before Andrew got here, the power went out because it's so hot in Los Angeles right now.
It's hot?
It's hot here. It's about 102. It's starting to cool down.
What?
Yeah.
Andrew brought the Texas with him.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Which is fucked up because I was coming from Oregon, so it doesn't actually make any sense that I
Caught you on the way back. Like a golf ball.
the weather really hooked, and it came this way.
That sucks.
Yeah, our power went out and did not come back on until about midnight or so. Andrew and I did the responsible thing and went to a bar.
Nice. Well, what are you supposed to do? Just sweat it out?
Yeah, I guess. My partner decided to do the responsible thing and sweat it out.
Okay.
And then was
Wait,
awoken.
they didn't go to the bar?
No, they had work the next morning, as did I. They stayed here and went to bed, and then were awoken at around midnight when everything in the house came back on.
Oh my god, the most jarring thing.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, every
Truly.
single light, every single beeping thing you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, the fire alarm doing that loud, high-pitched screech. Let you know it's engaged again.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so it's been kind of a nightmare getting here, but you know what? Tomorrow we get Andrew's stuff, and then in 2 or 3 weeks we get my stuff.
What?
No, it's coming on like the 14th or the 16th or something.
Yeah.
It's
Did
insane.
you rent space on the truck?
I did rent space on a truck, yeah.
Okay.
And
That'll
they came
happen.
and they moved it. And also, I didn't tell either of you this yet. Oh, the lights keep going. They dim for a second.
The
Oh.
lights flicker, and it's one of those, like, we may be putting out half an episode. We'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
Here's the fucked up thing, though, is that if we lose internet, Andrew and I are still here. So we'll finish the episode.
Yeah, and I'll go to bed. 'Cause it is 10:40.
Yeah,
Oh,
fair
Jesus.
enough.
Okay, we should get to it.
So here's our first question for this week. My girl a freak. Straight up a menace in the sheets.
A menace.
Why are you reading my notes out? What the fuck, dude? I'm not gonna post the ball picture.
My girl a freak. Straight up a menace in the sheets. I'm not sure how I landed her. I think it's by being a ha ha he he boy. This really is from Griff. Jesus Christ. I think it's by being a ha ha he he boy. But unfortunately, I am also a vanilla boring sex haver. I'm not into the kinky stuff. My favorite position is missionary, and I'm not joking. How can I tell her she's too freaky for me, or should I try to up my kink and match her freak? And the final part of this question is she gonna leave me?
Yes, but no. It probably has nothing to do with your supremely vanilla stroke game. I mean, maybe. Who's to say? Wow, that's great. That's great. And listen, folks, the ha ha he he game, it pulls.
Unbeatable.
Yeah.
It unbeatable.
This truly is. I mean, we've said it before, and we'll say it again. This is the official podcast of pulling outside of your weight class.
100%.
100%.
Hundo P.
This, you know what this weirdly reminds me of is this thing
What?
that Andrew and I got obsessed with, or maybe just me got obsessed with a couple of months ago. That Reddit question that was like, I told my boyfriend that I wouldn't want to have a friends with benefits type situation with him. I would only want to have like a committed marriage relationship. And then he got mad at me.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what this reminds me of, where it's
How
just
so?
like, well, okay, like she a
certified freak.
She a
7 days a
freak.
week. Yeah.
7 days a week. Her pussy's wet, and I
Throwing it back like it's salt and she's superstitious.
That's how wet it is. It's salty and it's still just soaked. So I feel like these two things have the same energy. I almost kind of regret bringing it up because I feel like that's a whole separate side discussion of that whole thing. But it gave me the same energy of like two people equating sex and the like quote unquote freakiness of it, right? With like a long lasting relationship.
Yeah.
Because like, is she going to leave you because you enjoy vanilla sex? No. But if you never venture outside of that to sort of like, because she giving you what you want all the time, getting that missionary, getting that sweet, I'm in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bingo. Like, she's giving you that. That's what you want. That's what you like. Okay. And that's fine. You got to give her what she like every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not going to leave you because you're boring and vanilla at sex. She's going to leave you because you don't want to venture outside of that, make yourself a little uncomfortable. There's nothing wrong with trying something and then going, ooh, actually, I don't like this.
Not for me.
Not for me. I want to try something else.
Yeah.
Like anything once, though.
Yeah.
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 You don't know if you don't like it.
If anything, because everyone knows who's been in like a long-term relationship is like the sex kind of like, it reaches a kind of, the combinations to each other safe, which is great. And you end up, we talked about this before, but you end up getting a little bit more intimate as opposed to feral. Like intimacy replaces feralness in terms of like the intensity of your sex, which is its own like really interesting and wonderful and rewarding thing. But few make it to that point because they put so much emphasis on maintaining this just like crazed like sex life that they don't do what you should do in this situation and in most situations when it comes to relationship is communicate clearly and healthily. So if she's not going to leave you because you enjoy vanilla sex, she's going to leave you because you don't communicate your wants and needs and don't listen to hers. So that is what actually tanks relationships.
We have come up with two reasons why she's going to leave you that aren't this. Griff, you got a third?
I feel like it also might translate to like other things. Like maybe you're not as adventurous in life.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like how do you know you don't like cottage cheese? You got to taste it first. What if it's your favorite snack?
I'm sorry. Hold on.
I just had cottage cheese for the first time at my big age.
Hold on.
Because Andrew left some when he moved out.
What? You haven't had cottage cheese before?
No.
It fucking rips. It's so good. It's also the best. It's also the best protein source like there is.
Yeah. Have you never like had a grandfather dying in the hospital and needed to eat something?
No.
And then buried him on the side of Route 66?
Shockingly, no.
Real quick, for our caller, again, I'm going to call them a caller. I am about to perform the unadventurous Voight-Kampff test. You're sitting at a kitchen table. Mm-hmm. Someone offers you some spicy Thai chicken.
Spicy Thai chicken.
Next to that spicy Thai chicken is Dino chicken nuggets.
Dino chicken nuggets interlinked.
Which do you choose?
Man, you can't do this to me because I've had both and I want the fucking chicken nuggets. They're good. They're good and they have metal shavings in them.
Yeah, I'm going to eat the chicken nuggets. And then I'm going to do heinous things to my girlfriend later.
Wait, here's the thing.
Spicy food make my tummy hurt. Going to be too, spicy food, tummy hurt too much to have sex with my girlfriend. So
honestly, that was the trick question. You got to go chicken nuggets because you need to
because you need to do the freak.
Yeah, you need to be freak, and you can't have spicy fingers down there.
There actually is. Oh my god! Holy shit! You don't have chlamydia. I ate spicy Thai chicken.
I went down on you after eating the spicy Thai basil chicken. I'm so sorry.
I put a crispy leaf on the clit, dude. That shit's crazy. There is another truth within that is why all three of us can answer in the affirmative is because we've tried both.
Correct. Yeah.
We've tried both and we know it. Here is some real game that I'm going to share with you. And by game, I mean Armando gets a little too personal because I'm not on camera and I only have to look at Andrew.
Let's go.
I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a big guy. I've been very uncomfortable in a ton of situations, both with my weight and the fact that I built like Andre the Giant. Mm-hmm. In fact, as an aside, when I was growing up, people used to say that I looked like the illegitimate love child of Andre the Giant, which always made me go, why illegitimate? Why you think Andre the Giant wouldn't love my mom? Why you think Andre the Giant wouldn't fuck my mom and stay with my mom? Why can't I be Andre the Giant's legitimate son? Anyway, that's just an aside. Yeah, I have a big uncomfortable body and I don't like it. And if I ever catch a glimpse of myself, a reflection of myself doing the dirty, I immediately used to feel just like complete shame and utter horror that some poor soul let a shaved bear in their house and do the spicy Thai chicken on them. And for a really long time, that made me want to not be adventurous and just do boring stuff and just like, me lie on back, you on top, like very basic shit, because I didn't want to like go out of my comfort zone because I was uncomfortable with myself. So I would ask you to ask yourself how much of this is you being uncomfortable with both your skill level at sex, because there's a pretty good chance if she a freak in the sheet, a straight up menace in the sheet.
A menace. Call my bitch Dennis, because she a damn menace.
If she's straight up a Dennis with the D, then there's a chance that she's probably a lot more experienced, I would say, than you are, which can lead to some anxiety about your ability to perform. And so, like, one, it might be a body thing where you feel like you've never really had the opportunity to go ape shit because you ain't got the body for it, which, brother, I understand. Or two, you feel uncomfortable because you don't feel as experienced and you don't know what you're doing. But I'm here to tell you, brother, that one, she's having sex with you because she likes your body. A crazy thought that I've had to internalize, which is insane.
Yes.
Insane to consider, but is true somehow. And two, you've got the teacher who stands to gain the most from you.
Yes.
From you learning.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of going back in time to teach the doctor that's going to perform heart surgery on you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Her teaching you to get on how to be better at sex, how to be better at being a freak, is only going to benefit both of you. And you will both enjoy the process of experimenting together, learning what you both like, and becoming just an absolute duo tag team menace in the sheets. You might even do it in the streets.
On top of the ladder. Oh no.
Here comes the caller off the top rope. Oh my God, stop the damn match. Oh, is that a Vibrators entrance music? It's shaped like a slingshot. She's a menace.
A finger's going under the ring. Right. She's a menace. I'm sorry. I just caught up to what you said. That's fucking funny.
Yeah. So, caller, I have to say, splash some cold water on your face. It ain't over. I know you kind of got a defeatist attitude right now. I want you to pull yourself together. It ain't over. You're still in this. And again, like, I know you like vanilla sex. Also, by the way, I just want to let me just advocate really quick though for Missionary. Missionary fucking rocks. If you're like,
yeah,
you enjoy it.
Tell that to indigenous people.
I'm a sex colonizer, you piece of shit.
Tell me that the missionaries were cool. You think I wanted my last name to be Torres? Should have been like
there should
Waddle
be
or some
3
shit.
X's in your last name.
Yeah, dude. Fuck.
Missionary because she's pretty.
Yeah.
Give her a little kiss.
Give her a little kiss.
A little kiss.
I think we actually gave good advice in this one.
Yeah.
Kind of, it's a little fucked up how good our advice was.
Yeah. So what's our advice? Venture out. Don't be afraid.
Venture out. Yeah.
She loves you.
She loves you, absolutely.
And try the spicy Thai basil chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not before sex.
But not
Not before sex.
No, I mean, yeah.
Then you're out of commission.
It is over calling the match on account of pain. Yeah, it's it'll be over. So it'll be so Jover. Yes. Have her teach you. Have her literally show you the ropes so you can show her the ropes. Griff is face in hands right now. Just shaking her damn head.
Petition to call this one jacking off the top rope.
Absolutely.
All right, you boys ready to help somebody else?
Let's go.
All right, this is maybe one of the funniest questions that at least two of us could be asked. The same preface that everyone gives: I have a wonderful, caring, attentive boyfriend. He's a fantastic and wonderful person, and things in our relationship are going terrifyingly well. However, recently, he has expressed an interest in doing stand-up comedy.
Oh, no.
I really want to be supportive, but I also really, and I got to be clear with you, in the email, this part is bolded, italicized, and underlined. I really want to be supportive, but I also really, 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 really don't want to have to fuck him after he bombs. I think my boyfriend is a funny guy, but he's gonna bomb eventually if he goes down this path. And I don't want to fuck a guy who made a room of people absolutely fall silent and made them feel awkward. How do I convince my wonderful, terrific boyfriend to not try stand-up, not even once?
I know the answer. Mm-hmm. You convince him to do improv because then it's not his fault and he can blame his troop.
God, I wish you weren't right, Griff, but you're absolutely right. You have to diffuse the blame because they are going to bomb, and that's inevitable. And by the way, to our writer in real as shit ever. Yeah. This is absolutely the most relatable thing. Honestly, like if my partner was like, I think I'm going to try stand-up comedy, I would rather them tell me I'm going to join ISIS. I would prefer that.
Because I really, really want to fuck the guy who's got a bomb.
Yeah. I mean, the 72 virgins want to fuck him. It's got to be something good. I feel like I've dated someone who expressed an interest in doing stand-up comedy, and I had a very visceral reaction to them saying that, which was don't do it. Which at the time, which after some hindsight, I was like, oh man, I'm kind of a dick. Like they're funny, like they're funny, but like stand-up is like a whole thing. But now I've come back 360 to my original, which is don't do that. Because I can't. How do I say this? If you bomb, you don't deserve to come.
No.
Wow.
Well, first of all, as somebody who I've done stand-up comedy since I was 17, I would say that for a really long time, it was the only way that I was able to even make money. I would say that it's probably either my number one or number two favorite thing to do in this world. And I fully agree with you, Griff, 100%. Absolutely. If you bomb, you should not get to come at all.
Yeah, make it kinky.
I've been doing stand-up for a really long time, and I would say that when I started getting good at it, because that's the other thing, is you're bad at it for a tremendously long time, you're bad at it.
That
So
sucks.
bad.
And then you think you're good at it, and then you see somebody be good at it, and you're like, oh, I'm so bad at it.
Yeah.
And then you continuously just do that and get better, and then be bad at it and get better and be bad at it, and over and over and over and over on an endless loop, and it never ends, and it feels terrible.
Yeah.
Stand-up ruins your life. It changes the way you fundamentally think. You have to give yourself over to it fully. It is a cult, first off.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a fun, cool, awesome thing like people think it is. And also one of the worst things is like, I think people have tried improv before, or people have joined a band and stuff maybe.
Sure.
Where when you get into that stuff, people are so supportive and they're so nice to you and they're so forgiving of your shit. Not in comedy, baby. No, because they're all broken. All stand-up comedians are broken, mean, evil jerk faces.
I need to be very clear with you. This is also a phenomenon you will get to experience if your partner decides to do stand-up, which is the first year of stand-up, they are going to suck. The second year of stand-up, they're also going to suck, but they're going to think they're good.
Yeah.
And that is the worst human being that exists.
Yeah.
Is the person with the confidence of 1 year of stand-up under their belt, who again isn't good, but thinks they are. And because they've probably done halfway decent at a couple of open mics. And they've got 2 good jokes out of like 20.
Yeah.
But for some reason, you get that 2 year, like that second year into stand up, and you think you're fucking good. That person is the worst person to exist. Honestly, Taliban, ISIS, better than that person is the second year of stand up confidence that fucker has. And you have to wait a year in a relationship to get to be dating that guy. I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
No.
I just looked it up, Andrew, and that's actually what you described is actually called the Joe Rogan experience. It's terminal.
It's terminal.
It's incurable.
There's nothing we could do. Sorry.
There's no vaccine against it, but even if there was, we wouldn't take
They
it.
wouldn't take it.
Clearly, he's been trying chemo for years. So,
Jesus.
you're absolutely correct. It's a terrible thing. I don't think anyone should do it. I don't think anyone should try it. I also I want to say that a lot of really nice, really kind people will come up to me. It happened a lot at RTX. It happens a lot at shows where a lot of RT fans will come to, Cult podcast fans too. And
Sure.
people will come up to me and be like, very star-eyed and like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, very like the world is ahead of me, and be like, I want to get into stand-up. Do you have any advice? And you can look at them and their happiness, and you can tell that they don't have it. They don't have it.
They don't have the juice.
They don't have it.
It's a unique broken. And I'm not trying to like what do you like heroicize it or like mythologize. I'm using all the incorrect words and mispronouncing.
You're not trying to romanticize
Thank you.
the psychological defect that you need to sort of have that edge.
No, because it's like when you do it, people are mean. And that's the other thing, is that like people are going to be bullying your boyfriend. And for a while, he's not going to know that they're bullying him. Yeah. And then he'll find out that they're bullying him. And then he's going to get really mad. So imagine working a full-time job on top of whatever full-time job he's working. And eventually, by the way, he's going to feel like he's so good at it, he should quit his full-time job.
No.
Look, I'm getting too worked up about this. I realize I have not
such
actually,
a personal question.
I don't think anyone should do stand-up.
We have enough stand-ups.
We do.
We need civil servants, council members.
Matt Rife should straight up be a mayor.
Listen, there's other ways he can force people to listen to him. School teachers.
Also true. You could be a flight attendant. You get to do a tight 5 at the beginning of every fucking flight.
I've heard some funny flight attendants, and they have the light in their eyes still. You can see it.
Yeah, that's the altitude sickness that you get from changing altitudes multiple times a day. Yeah, it's rough. And here's also something that, you know, I don't want to throw this caller under the bus. Caller, you're too supportive because you're too nice.
Well, okay.
You're too kind, or the opposite, or you're not kind enough. Because if I was in a loving, stable, comfortable relationship, the last thing I would want to do is comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, no. Here's the very important caveat I'm making to this is if you are currently in a good relationship and you want to start comedy, start seeing a therapist.
Yes.
Don't go to comedy first. Like, there is something else that you need to work out, because like something's wrong. If you are doing stand-up and doing comedy because you have a POV and you have something to say that is completely interdependent and has nothing to do, and you start single and you meet someone and you start dating and they know that about you, and that's part of the bill of goods, or they're not part of the bill of goods, that's part and parcel to the whole package, that is fine. But to spring, I want to be a comedian on somebody in a relationship is just woof.
So I want to add two pieces of context. The first one is, I'm not going to read the entire email because but I want you to see it's a long boy.
Oh boy, yeah.
So we have made several jokes about waiting for the big bad thing to happen because everything has been so good in our relationship. We went out for drinks with another couple who are friends of ours, and we were leaving for the night to go home and eat pho. And my boyfriend told me that my friend's partner had encouraged him to do stand-up. First of all, kill that guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You gotta take him out.
Yeah. Cut the brake lines.
That guy wants to. Hey, controversial opinion. That guy wants to wear your skin.
I don't think it's controversial at all.
He wants to get your boyfriend out of the picture by making him so repugnant to you, by telling him to do stand-up comedy that eventually decimates your relationship, forcing you to spend more time with his girlfriend. But then guess what? He's going to be there too. Then all three of you guys are hanging out. He's going to break up with her, try to maintain the friendship with you, get you into his lair, and wear your skin.
Yeah, this is untalented Mr. Ripley.
Yeah, holy shit. Griff, that plan was so convoluted and fucked up that I never say this, you should do stand-up comedy.
No, you want to wear my girlfriend. You want to wear my girlfriend's skin.
I got extremely upset and told him absolutely not, and begged him to not try stand-up. I guess he thought it was all the shots and White Claws talking the night before, so he brought it up again the next morning. He said he probably had about 3 minutes of material. He doesn't.
Nope.
That's me, by the way, saying that. He doesn't. They all think they do. He doesn't. He probably has about 3 minutes of material, and that my friend's partner who told him about it invited him to an open mic night. He wants to get people there to watch the real comedians. It's a grift. It's a fucking scam.
Oh, yes. That's a fucking scam. God damn it.
My friend's partner is already lost to the unfortunate lifestyle of stand-up. Yeah.
Is stand-up an MLM?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Kind of, yeah. They're called bringers.
Yeah, they're called bringers, and I can't... Okay, there's a whole thing in stand-up comedy where you can't perform unless you sell enough tickets to perform. And the way that I used to get around doing it was I would tell them that I was selling the tickets at the door, and then I would show up late, and they would go, "Did you sell enough tickets?" And I went, "Yeah, I brought... My family's here." And I would just point at Mexicans in the crowd, and I would go, "That's my uncle. That's my cousin. That's my aunt.
That's my other cousin."
And
genius.
They didn't ever question me on it.
That's so funny.
That's how I used to do bringer shows. And I used to bark, which is where you stand outside of the comedy venue going, "We got a great show for you tonight." And then you lie about everyone who's on the show to get people to come in. And one night I was barking for, maybe bleep this out, I don't know. I was barking for Flappers Comedy Club in Burbank, California.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And we genuinely had Jerry Seinfeld coming.
Oh.
And I told everyone that I was barking, "Hey, we've got Jerry Seinfeld in the house tonight." And they all went, "Fuck off," and walked away. I didn't sell a single fucking ticket.
That's
They said
insane.
They said, "No, you fucking don't. The venue's 18 plus." He dated a 17-year-old. He dated a 17-year-old, and no one says anything about it.
Yeah. That's very funny. Yeah.
Comedians and cards getting restraining orders.
Okay, so we've hit Seinfeld, Hit Rogan. Who we left? Who's left?
Gervais.
Right.
Gervais, yeah, Ricky Gervais.
Something.
Pug-looking asshole.
Yeah.
That's enough. That's good.
That's enough.
Sorry.
No.
Laughing like fucking Salacious Crumb.
It didn't hurt my ears. It was dead on, and that hurt my brain. Fucked up. Yeah, I think that you are making the right decision. I think that, man, because here's the thing, and I'm sorry that I keep going back to this. I promise this is the last I'll say about it.
Yeah.
You can be a happy person that does stand up. I know several well-adjusted people. What I'm saying is that stand-up will break you. It's a really hard thing to get into because if you really want to do it, like, do it, you do have to give yourself over to stand up. It's a fucked up thing. Like, you give up your nights, you give up your weekends, you're not having fun. Ugh. The most lucrative stand-up comedians are on the road for most of their life.
Yeah.
The ones who make great money in short periods of time are my friends who go on cruises where you lose 4 months of your life. You're on a boat in a fucking jail cell of a room paying for Wi-Fi on every other day so that you can maybe watch some porn and jerk off.
They'll give you the Wi-Fi?
They don't give you free Wi-Fi when you do comedy on a cruise. No. And that's how you make just enough money to live outside of the city so that you can still drive in and get rejected from Nickelodeon auditions.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he could do that to start.
He can get cruises to start?
Yeah, because then he has a captive drunk audience, which I feel like...
Yeah, maybe but here's the thing. He's not going to be able to book them, so he's going to have to Somali pirate that shit.
Yeah, I am the comedian now.
I'm the headliner now.
I am the headliner now. That's so good.
I'm the one who jokes.
He gets onto the boat, shoots Carrot Top, and just starts doing comedy. Yeah, it's a bad thing. It'll break you. You don't want him to do it. You can do it, and also you can do it and be happy or whatever. I it's fine. But if you want to make it your career, it's very hard to do, and so I recommend not doing it. The improv thing, weirdly, probably the best advice.
Yeah, honestly.
I think you do that. Or you go driving downtown until you find a sign that says retail space available for purchase or rent. And then you buy that space. You spend 6 months renovating it into the hottest new stand-up comedy club in your town. Every single night, you hire paid extras from around the globe, fly them in, have them sit there, and pump that room full of nitrous oxide, baby. Laughing gas. And then he is the only person that gets past there. His name is on the wall, and it's written so no one else can get up there. And he goes up every night, crushes. You take the fucking Men in Black pen, I guess, to yourself and erase your knowledge of that ever existing. You set up a complicated web of Excel spreadsheets and accountants who keep the entire thing paid for without your knowledge of it ever happening. And you live the lie that your boyfriend is a successful stand-up comedian only in fucking Tempe, Arizona or whatever.
Yeah. Honestly, that is the best advice. That is the best plan. It's airtight. It can't miss.
It absolutely can't.
It also, I want to say this, like, truly, this is from the heart. And your boyfriend is probably a funny guy. He's probably funny interpersonally. He might be the funny guy at the office. And I am saying this, I mean this sincerely. This is not a bit. I mean this sincerely. It is so much more culturally and socially valuable to be the funny person at your office than to be a stand-up comedian.
Yep.
It will get you so much farther in life.
Morale.
It will be so truly, like, you will get so much farther. You will be so much successful if you are just the funny guy at your office. If you're charming, if you've got some riz, if you like can make people laugh in a social setting, but have no designs on making that your career, you will be like the most successful banker or like I'm telling you, like, yeah, the bank manager or whatever, like whatever it is. Like you will go so much farther just being like a funny, entertaining person at your job and in life and with your friends and your spouse or your significant other than trying to haul that shit on stage and do it again like Fridays and Saturday nights and trying to like just like convert that into like it's like trying to convert a currency into a different currency, but you have like no idea of the rate. And it's just, it's a miserable thing to try to do. And honestly, I really think you are doing the right thing and you should honestly put your foot down. I say draw a line, and this might be the line.
It's fucked up because everyone thinks we're doing bits and everyone's like, ha ha he he, they're stand-up comedians. They don't want other people to try it. I get that. I understand what it sounds like. And again, I know I said this was the last I was going to say about it. I fucking lied. I'm a comedian. What do you want from me? To be very clear with you, I think, Andrew, everything you said is absolutely correct and very, very valid. My mom once dated a guy who wanted to do stand-up comedy and was really stoked on the idea that like his girlfriend's son was a semi-successful stand-up comedian. And like really wanted to pick my brain, and I talked to him, wanted to like get like information, blah blah blah, whatever. And I told my mom this, and I truly mean it. For some people, it's better to never do it. It's better to never realize the dream sucks. It's better to have it in your head that everyone you meet says you should try stand-up comedy and you're such a funny guy and it's such a good thing. And like you said, because it's such a valuable thing to have, to be the funny guy in the everyday life. Do you know how many times I bomb around regular people because the shit that I'm spitting out is too pure comedy for a regular situation and they think I'm weird?
Yes.
All the time.
Yeah. Dude, that happened to me one time. That was the most jarring thing that's ever happened to me.
Yes,
because I feel like, especially like when we worked at RT, like people are used to joking, doing bits, whatever, just playing.
Just playing.
But we were like, it was. I was in line to go to Barb's. It was during Pride Month, so it was like
Barbarella's.
Yeah, Barbarella's. It was an insane line. And
the one you did in the bathroom.
Yeah. And there was like a Taylor Swift Eras cup just on the side of the building that clearly somebody was like trying to go into the bar and they're like, no containers, what the fuck are you doing? And they just like left it out there.
Yeah.
And I was with people I didn't know who were friends of friends, and they were like, oh my God, that's like an Eras cup. Why is that there? And I touched the ground and I was like, something happened here. And they were like, what? And I was like, hold on, I'm getting something. Hold on. Oh my God, Katie. Oh my God, what happened to Katie? That's Katie's cup. Where did she go? She was just in line. Like I was doing like a whole thing.
Yeah. You were doing a full act out. Yeah.
And they were like, oh, you know whose cup that is?
Oh my fucking God.
And I was just like, maybe I've never been funny in my entire life.
No. See, that's very funny. You were with normies.
This is the thing, is that the reason, people who are funny in real life, they are sitcom funny. A funny where a character says something and both the audience that isn't there and the people in the room as characters with them, they laugh. But then comedians and people who are funny are playing to a non-existent third audience.
Yes.
Which means that you're willing to do stupid, idiotic, sometimes self-harmful things for your reputation and body because the bit is so much better than anything else, and you're doing it for someone who's not there. So that idea, and I'm pointing at you, I don't know if you can see my finger. That idea is so like, funny people I can't be funny around normal people. I say fucked up shit. We met our neighbors the other day during the blackout, and I just kept saying like, I'm hoping this is another one like the 94. You know what I'm saying, buddy? And he was like, what was the 94 blackout? And I was like, oh, that's the one where Richard Ramirez killed a bunch of people and there was mass looting and murders and crime, and
So I have a true crime podcast.
And I have which is another fucked up thing. Like that's. I think at one point I told our new neighbor I'm making a list of our most edible neighbors. So let me know if you have anyone. And he went, okay. Andrew's making a face because now we got to live next to this guy.
I know. And I'm just like, but it's so funny because that's a very funny joke. And I just like know that I can just like see it wash over this guy's brain and just not just.
Yeah.
Most edible bachelors.
Just like, okay.
Because like the thing is, yes, you could say that joke isn't funny. You didn't like it, whatever. That's fine. But like, it's also just the kind of joke that, you know, it's not what you say. I don't know. I mean, I'm going too far and I'm talking about it again. I'm just trying to say that like my mom's ex-boyfriend, I think that he should not have ever tried stand-up because then he can always say, what if I tried it? Because the reality of doing stand-up for the first time is you go up, you think you have 3 minutes. It goes by way faster than you ever did. No one in the room is impressed by what you have to offer. And a bunch of dudes are in the background laughing at you because you've just embarrassed yourself. It's a lot like doing it's a lot like sex is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Is that a good normie joke?
Hey, and some people, they just want missionary, you know?
I want those dino nuggets.
Yeah, I'm just
Dino
saying,
nuggets of comedy.
keep the dream alive. Don't ruin it by doing something stupid. That's it. That's all I'm trying to say. And to the caller that asked this, fucking dump his ass, dude. Come on. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're too good for this. Get that self-esteem up. Get curb this loser who wants to do stand-up comedy.
Who would do that?
Bin this creep. No.
Honestly, hear me out. Convince them to start a podcast.
Ooh.
You never have to know what the viewership is.
Yeah.
You would have to go out of your way.
My partner does not listen to this.
No,
My
she
partner
does not
does
like
not listen to this.
Absolutely not. And
No.
in fact, like, honestly,
Has strong feelings about it.
Oh, yeah.
honestly, like, actually, like, set this guy up to record a podcast and, like, have it not plugged into anything. It's like a fucking mirror in like a bird cage. It just thinks another bird's there and it gets entertained. It's like nothing's happening.
It's like playing with a little brother on a controller game system.
That's not plugged in. Yeah.
Oh. How come when we play Xbox, you always give me a PS2 controller, huh?
That's the good one. That's the good one.
That's the Mad Cats. It's got turbo. Yeah, so I think we're saying gaslight your partner. I think that's which is always the bedrock of every good piece of relationship advice.
Either figuratively or, like we said at one point during this podcast, literally.
Literally gas with nitrous. Yeah,
filling
exactly.
the room with fucking laughing gas.
Give him the Kanye special.
Oh. You guys want to know something funny, by the way? Speaking of dudes that really want to... Speaking of dudes who are really good at doing stuff outside of stuff, I don't want to speak to him as a person.
Sure.
But really good at stuff outside and really want to do stand-up comedy, John Mayer.
What?
John fucking Mayer. I was just going to say John Mayer is famous for, well, singing, but also for hanging out at the Comedy Store, hanging out with comedians, always threatening to say he's going to go up and do it. I think he's gone up like once or twice and tried to do stand-up. He just like really, really wants to do it. And I think that's so fun. And also, like, again, I don't know John Mayer outside of this. He could be a massive piece of shit. I don't know.
He could also be great.
He could also be fantastic. I have no idea. I'm not speaking to the guy.
Less likely.
It's significantly less likely. But yeah, I know nothing about John Mayer other than he loves to go to the Comedy Store here in Hollywood, California, and try to say that he wants to do stand-up. And I think that's so funny that no matter how successful you are outside of stand-up comedy, there's a certain thing in a dude's brain when somebody laughs one too many times that goes, I gotta do this on a stage. I gotta take this show on the road.
Yeah, that is like honestly maybe one of the worst things that can happen to a man. is
What the want of comedy?
the
Yeah, the
want,
want
the
of
siren,
comedy.
the siren call of the stage.
That's correct. The siren song of the lone mic on a stand up on a stage. That is like the word.
Mic my dick. I just feel like if I make mic my dick, then like it's be really funny. I just feel like if I pretend to have sex with the chair, everyone's gonna lose it.
Oh my god.
I just feel like if I complain about my bitch girlfriend, like everything's just gonna work out.
Okay, so I see the bit she's doing. These are all famous Joe Rogan jokes.
Yeah. I just feel like if I say something transphobic and then the N word, like it's just $1 billion. Anyway,
Oh my god.
my
Yeah.
reaction earlier was that I feel like there are 3 constants in life: death, taxes, and the fact that all musicians want to be comedians and all comedians want to be musicians.
That
Yeah.
is as the sun rises and sets
Yeah.
in perpetuity.
Oh my
You could
god.
you
For all
could set
of
a
time.
clock to it.
And you can listen to my hip hop songs or Andrew's folk songs
That's right,
right
baby.
now on Spotify. Oh my god. Does that help? Did we actually help? Did we do anything?
The first piece of advice that we gave to the first caller
Was good.
Was good. The
Yeah.
the second one was, I think, us trying to wave off a plane from landing. Like it was like no.
It was Die Hard too.
It was Die Hard too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
The ground is so close when he bombs.
That's very funny. Yeah, this was the equivalent of calling into a shock jock DJ morning show to stop your own murder. And I feel like you probably wrote in hoping us to be like, it's not going to be that bad. It's not weird to like not do that. No, you're right. You're right. All your fears are correct.
Yeah, we're validating you.
This is Simon and the Chupacabra. Don't go into that room.
I'm going to suck that goat. Maybe we're not funny.
No, we're not. I don't.
Here's the thing. I think that this is a good way to end this question, but do you think that this person should show their boyfriend this episode?
Yes.
But here's the thing. You can't. Oh, well, I guess this is going to make it into it, isn't it? You can't let him know that you listen to this episode on purpose. You just got to be like, hey,
Gotta
these
have it
3
on.
internet comedians that I like, and then do air quotes when you say comedians.
Yeah,
Please.
And then double air quotes when you say internet. These 3 internet comedians that I know have a podcast, and they did this episode, and I haven't listened to the rest, but I've heard this one's really good. And then after that, we should go listen to the Lake Lanier episode. Do you want to listen to this with me really quick, and then just play it? Play this whole episode.
yeah, or just have it on. Just have it on while you're like cleaning or something.
Yeah.
Or while he's sleeping, play it at a low volume to subliminally incept him.
Or break up with them.
Nah, whichever.
Yeah, whichever.
They're all fine choices.
Well, I hope this has helped. Thank you for joining us. I guess I want to say that if you want to send in your own question, you can do so to midnightsnackcontact@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram at midnightsnack.tv or Twitter at midnightsnackla. DMs are open on both. If you want to send something through, get at us. If you want to find me, I'm in beautiful sunny Los Angeles, California without power. So they'll find my corpse here in about a couple of days.
And I'm going to be chewing on it. For some reason, I've resorted to cannibalism far too quickly.
It's because
Way
you're
too
a survivor.
That's right.
You're
That's
a survivor. You're going to keep on surviving.
That's right.
Yeah, if you want to find me, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all that good stuff at Mondo Does Stuff. That's MANDO Does Stuff, all one word. Very easy to find. Come check me out. If you're a fan of cults and true crime, oh God, another fucking thing. That's the other thing, is that if you let him do stand-up in a year, he'll be like, me and another comedian are starting a true crime podcast, and then you're fucked.
You're so toast.
You're so fucked. This is the best case scenario, by the way.
Yeah.
For you, for your boyfriend, is that he does this show on an internet. Here, listen to this.
On an air mattress in
air
an
mattress.
unfurnished bedroom.
If you like any of that stuff, comedy, true crime, cults, etc., come to a live show that I'm doing with my other podcast, Cult Podcast, on September 22nd at, would you believe it, Flappers Comedy Club
in Burbank, California. I'll be there.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a good time. We'll probably give you some stage time. It's a good time. No promises yet, but we're working on a themed menu of drinks based off of cults and us and our personalities, which I think is fucking awesome.
That's sick as hell.
One night only. It's the Cult Podcast annual party to stop the end of the world.
Hey, all right.
So if you don't come, you're effectively causing the death of everyone you know and love. And yeah, Andrew, what do you got going on?
Well, I'm a new resident of the state of California. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, if you want to follow me and see what I'm doing here now that I'm in this great state, you can follow me on Instagram at andrewrosis.ig. That's where I put all my things. And yeah, that's what I got right now. As I have just, if you want to come help me move tomorrow, when this episode is coming out, you can do that. Yeah, hit us up on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll get you the address. And you can come
we're at
move.
428 West 5th Street, Los Angeles, California, 90005.
That's right. What about you, Griff?
Sorry. Is that your actual address?
No, not even close.
It looked like you were saying it. Andrew's face was saying, I'm going to have to bleep this out. Sorry. I am the _ indoor kid on all platforms that allow an underscore. And if they don't allow it, just take it out. I'm still painfully unemployed, but you know what? I'm working on it. And by working on it, I mean I am filing for unemployment. So, you know, it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. What is it, 15 weeks you can have it? But on the other side, I found a really fun comment. Can I read it?
Yes.
All right. 3 days ago on YouTube, Beef Jerky 52 said about episode 12, Off That Quiet Pack, I got in a ton of trouble at work because of this podcast. Not because I listened to it at work and, oh, it's unprofessional. I was running late to work because of a car accident on the highway. No big deal as long as I call my supervisor and let him know. But I didn't call because I was enjoying the episode so much I refused to interrupt it. Beef Jerky 52, number one fan.
Number one fan. What a fucking
Risking
hero.
it all.
God, salute, respect.
You should do stand-up, dude. That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. Not only because that was funny, but you clearly have a disrespect for your life and well-being. Yeah, if you want to help us out, go ahead and leave a comment on a YouTube video. Go ahead and leave a 5-star review on an Apple podcast or a Spotify. Go ahead and like it. Go ahead and above all, share it with somebody. Tell somebody about it, tweet about it, post Instagram posts about it. Do any of that stuff. It really, really does help us out. And we cannot thank you enough for supporting our dumb lifestyle choices.
We like to think of you as our favorite enablers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess until next week, we'll be hoping the power doesn't go off.
The light has flickered like 4 or 5 times, and it's
geez.
just my heart has leapt every single time.
Andrew, I promise you it's not always like this. It's not always like this. I promise you this is
It's
weird.
not always
It's fucked
106 degrees like it used to be in Texas. It's
up.
not
Oh,
like that.
God, no.
This would be a great time for like an earthquake to happen.
Oh, my
Right?
God. Dude, just give it a week. You'll be thinking, man, I should move to Austin, Texas.
It's so nice there.
It's hurtful.
And until then, we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Adios.